America day by day is losing credibility, throughout the world. Uh, Earlier this week, they were actually bragging about sinking an Iranian ship. But what they failed to mention about this Iranian ship was that they knew that this particular ship was unarmed. They knew that it had no type of munitions on it. They knew that they were just coming from a ceremony. They actually knew this and still went ahead and torpedoed the ship, roughly killing, well, actually killed probably triple digits of people. And they bragged about that. Also in international waters, which also is very questionable to have done that as well. But there's a lot of propaganda coming out from both sides. Of course, every country is going to throw their propaganda, but there's not a propaganda machine that I've ever seen like American and the one that Israel uses. I want to show you just a short clip of some of the things that's been going on the last couple of days, and then we talk about it a little bit.
It's in Iran overnight while U.S. allies in the Middle East are still under fire.
A top Iranian general insists they're prepared for a long-term war. ABC's Marcus Moore reports from Doha, Qatar this morning.
Matt and Aliana, 7 days into this war, the Pentagon says that U.S. firepower over Iran is about to surge dramatically, and we're now seeing some proof of that.
Overnight, U.S. Central Command releasing video showing a strike targeting an Iranian drone carrier, part of a broader mission to sink the entire Iranian Navy.
We're now up over 30 ships. And in just the last few hours, we hit an Iranian drone carrier ship, roughly the size of a World War II aircraft carrier.
Video also shows the U.S. striking these hangars at an Iranian airbase. Multiple aircraft were reportedly destroyed. Israel releasing video of this mid-air dogfight over Iran, saying its F-35 shot down an Iranian warplane. ABC News now verifying the U.S. and Israel have damaged or destroyed 13 Iranian missile bases deep underground. Israel claims at least 60% of Iran's missile launchers have now been taken out.
Ballistic missile attacks have decreased by 90% since day one. Drone attacks have decreased by 83% since day one.
But Iran continues to strike across the Middle East. Hotels targeted in Bahrain, where this oil refinery was struck by Iranian missiles. Air defense systems firing, but missing the missiles. Israel and the U.S., meanwhile, say they're moving into a new phase of the war.
As we transition to the next phase of this operation, we will systemically dismantle Iran's missile production capability for the future.
President Trump tells ABC News he wants to make sure a future U.S. president doesn't have to face a hostile Iran, saying, quote, "We don't want some president in 10 years to get stuck with this problem and not know what to do with it." Iran's foreign minister vowing to fight, saying his country is not interested in negotiating. Asked how long this war would last, President Trump saying, quote, "It's over when I want it to be."
Iran is keeping up its attacks across the region. In fact, early this morning, alerts went out warning of incoming missiles and drones here in Doha. Defense officials say Iran targeted the Al Udeid air base once again, and those projectiles were intercepted and no injuries or damage reported.
Well, the war will be over when the President Trump wants it to be over, according to him. So, in other words, he has no problem sacrificing American lives and other lives. It appears to be a game to him, if that's how he's looking at it. The arrogance of the presidency, the guy is just too arrogant. Over when I want it to be over. Why? It never should have been started from the beginning. Never should have been started. And in regards to war crimes, there is no question in my mind that blowing up that ship, torpedoing that ship that they knew was unarmed and admit that they knew was unarmed is a war crime.